what's going on, everybody? We're gonna go ahead and just jump right on into this. It'll be on my channel if you guys want to go ahead and go back and watch it if you jumped in the middle of this live. So we're talking about being anxious for nothing and how there's a big, big difference between being anxious for nothing and not putting in work, expecting results, mistakenly calling that faith. We all know that the book of James tells us that faith without works is dead. Okay? No work equals no results. And I just got done doing a Facebook Live video talking about, jokingly but being also kind of serious, if you don't brush your teeth, your breath is going to be kicking. Okay? You don't shower, you're going to be a stinky butt. Alright? You can't expect success and sit on your booty at home not do anything. A lot of believers, Pentecostal, I've noticed a lot of Catholic people even, they think that you can just pray to God and expect for Him to show up and provide your needs. And as much as, the book of Matthew tells us that, just like the birds of the air, they don't sow seed or reap a harvest. They don't worry about their needs or whatever. Just like the flowers of the field, they're more beautiful than Solomon in all their glory, and they don't toil or spin, and yet they're so beautiful. With all that being said, you know, I'm sorry. That is true, but you're human. You're not a blade of grass. You're not a flower of the field. You're not a bird of the air. Yes, God will take care of you. Yes, He will provide for you. Sorry, I'm getting rid of all these notifications. Sorry about that, you guys. God is obviously going to provide for you. He is our eternal provider. He knows our needs. And what that book is talking to us a lot about is Jesus' example of how God knows what your needs are. You don't need to worry about what you're going to eat or what you're going to wear or where you're going to live or how you're going to get to the next step. Okay? That's what he's talking about. But regardless, a bird doesn't have to really worry about where it's gonna sleep or whatever. But guess what? That bird still has to go gather the material to make a nest. Doesn't that make sense? Okay, the earth has to be rained on for that grass to grow. Okay, you have to be willing to put in the work to expect success or expect some results. Okay, when you recognize that heaven has an occupied throne, you allow the Lord to be in control. And I think that's problem numero uno, and it's also our biggest problem, is we think that we control our circumstances, we control our day, we control our lives, and that's so not true. Okay? God is the ruler and the creator of everything. He is the author of salvation. He dictates our path. Jeremiah 29:11 actually tells us that God predestined a life, a plan for us before we were even conceived in our mother's wombs. He had a direction for our lives. So we need to allow that to humble us and trust God, honestly, with the fact that He knows where He wants us to go. We just need to be okay with the fact that He's gonna take the reins, and you have to learn to trust Him and keep going. You can't give up. I'm sorry, I'm getting rid of this next notification here. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep persevering. You gotta keep putting in the work. Okay. The next time you fear the future, rejoice in the Lord's sovereignty. Rejoice in what He has accomplished. Rejoice that He's able to do what you and I cannot do. I'm very thankful for how much God's capable of doing that I don't even come close. Without God, I wouldn't be able to do any of what I do. I start my day doing a devotional every day. just choosing to have an authentic relationship with God and showing Him that I'm willing to put in the work. But I was also talking in my Facebook Live video about how, think about the parable of the talents, one of the morons that God trusted with a little bit went and buried his talent, but the others actually multiplied what they had been given. So when he came back to gather from them, the first few had multiplied their gift. The first one by a lot, and his reward was to be given a lot more responsibility. The second one, kind of mediocre, he had multiplied just enough, so he had received a gift that was worthy of just enough. The third one, he didn't really multiply by much of anything. He was rewarded by just much of anything. He was given whatever, that last guy who buried his talent, the Bible tells us that he actually wasn't rewarded. Matter of fact, he had that little bit he had been originally blessed with taken from him because he was an unfaithful servant. He showed God that he could not be trustworthy with even a little bit. So why would God ever trust him to, first of all, manage what he already had, but two, to manage anything he'd be given in the future? Okay? So sometimes in our lives we got to understand that if we're not going to manage the little bit that we have now in the way that he expects us to, then he's going to take the little bit we have and not bless us with more until he realizes that we're going to be trustworthy with it. Okay, so pray for your businesses, pray for your jobs, pray for your families, pray for that which you have now if you ever expect to receive more. And trust me, God wants you to have more. Okay, don't take this out of context. I'm not telling you God expects you to become a billionaire, but he does want you to have an abundant life, a life of goodness and of prosperity. Jeremiah 29:11 tells us that he has a plan to prosper us, not to harm us. Some translations say that he wants to give us much, or to bless us with much. Okay, we need to understand the fact that God is a giving God, and he wants to bless you with a lot. He wants to give you the world, but you have to show him that you're willing to manage a city before he can entrust you with a country, and you have to manage a country before he can trust you with the world. Okay? So Philippians chapter 4 verse 4 for my devotional this morning says, "Rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again, rejoice." And Psalm chapter 105 verse 3 says, "Glory in his name. Let the hearts of those who seek the Lord rejoice." So we're hearing a lot about rejoice in the Lord. Think about your circumstances. I don't know where you guys are at right now. I don't know what your situation might be, but you have a lot to be thankful for. Look around you, and I have been in some tight spots. The first couple months that my son was born, we lost our house. We were living in a hotel, and we didn't have much of anything. Thank God we had a car. I had a job, but we had to go live in a hotel for a little bit, and I'm here to tell you what, it ain't cheap. $30 a night, and we were there for 2 months. 2 months. And that's on top of having to look for a new place, submit application fees, stuff like that, checking out keys for $40, stuff like that. And here to tell you, it was a dark time for us, because we had to really humble ourselves and realize, why that happened to us is because we showed God that we couldn't manage the little bit that we had. But now God has blessed us with a beautiful 2-story home, 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bath, 2 beautiful dogs, a beautiful baby boy. My amazing sister lives with us. Like, we have so many blessings. I still have the car. I'm a business owner now. Um, I love what I do, and I love helping people. And I'm just so thankful to God that He allowed me to go through that season as a husband and as a provider to realize that I need to show God that I am trustworthy and capable of managing the little bit that He's given me so that He can bless me with more. Because I want more, and I know that He wants more for my life. But He's not going to give me more until I show Him that I want it. And I have to show Him that I want it by putting in the action. And if I'm not putting in the action, He's never going to do it. Okay? Again, you can't expect your breath to smell like minty loveliness and you haven't brushed your teeth in 3 days. Okay? Stop drinking coffee and not brushing your teeth. Y'all smell like a dirty litter box. Okay? I'm not kidding. No one wants to kiss that, smell that, be around that. Brush your teeth, shower, do your hygiene, please. Thank you. I'm just playing, guys, but for real, that's a really good example because if you don't put in the work, you're not going to get paid. That's what it buckles down to. You reap what you sow. If you sow in the hours, right? You sow in the hours, you sow in the work, you're going to reap a harvest. But if you don't sow anything, you sow laziness and binge watch Netflix when you should be out looking for a job or building your own business, you're not going to get anywhere. So if you're watching this video right now and you want to show God that you can manage the little bit you have now, and you want to take the next step in your financial freedom journey, and you want to start building your own It Works business, and you want to join my team, drop a comment. Let me know. You can also contact me via email, Brian, Brian, Chris, Chris, Patrick, Patrick, @gmail.com. You can also reach me at my phone number, 661-379-3347, or my wife's phone number at 661-369-9360. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. My name is Chris Patrick, guys. Type in Chris Patrick Bakersfield. I'm the guy holding the baby. Okay? Not that hard to find. Get in contact with me. I'd love to talk to you guys more about what it is that I do and how you guys can start getting plugged in and take your next step. Honestly, that's what it buckles down to. Stop making excuses. Stop thinking too much into it. Just stop and do. Okay? I love you all. I hope you have an amazing day. And I'm going to go ahead and sign off from here. You guys have an amazing day. Thank you.